So we move up to the start for the Princess Royal, and we see Tina Stiller on the left of our shot and De Jong from the Netherlands on the right of our shot, as I'm joined by Alison Mowbray in the commentary box.
Hello. Good to join you for women's race. First round of the Princess Royal. So it's a very high-class event. There's only 8 entries in this, so it's their first round.
And Tina Stiller on the left of the shot, consistent performer within the Great Britain team. A great sculler, been in the quad, which didn't qualify for the Olympics, but now she's going for it in the single here at Henley.
Struggling a little bit off that start against Roos de Jong of the Netherlands. She's got an early lead, perhaps up to about half a length there.
Yeah, Roos de Jong, she says she loves to race, and the head-to-head's going to be what she's going to like. So she's going to be in for a good race here. She's got away well, but I think it's interesting to see Tina Stiller stuck with her pretty well now. It's gone out to half a length, but doesn't seem to have moved much now the two crews have settled into their pace.
Yeah, we could be on for a really good race here, I'd hope, because, you know, at this stage it's still only half a length, and we've got 2 experienced scullers. So as you said, Christina Stiller, GB International since 2004, and Roos de Jong is 3 times under 23 Dutch international. So both very experienced racers.
And as you say, we've moved down the course here, so coming up towards the halfway mark, and it looks to me like there's still a good overlap here between the 2 scullers. And so they're both being taken, yeah, needing everything they've got.
Still very close and very well matched. Both scullers rating 31-32. They've sort of dropped it down to this middle of the course. And we tend to see that in the smaller boats. It's a longer race. They're not up at the high rates the whole way. They're kind of 34, 35, 36 that we might expect in the 8s. It's a kind of heavier, longer race for these women.
It is a longer race, particularly this year, because of course we've had lots of rain, so the crews are racing upstream, so they're going into the stream. They're not also going further than 2,000 metres. It's 2,112 metres. So the race is going to be particularly long. So their stroke rate about an efficient 31 is probably about right for going through the middle of the course.
They're going to need something. It looks like they're going to need to have something in the bank for the last 500, I'd say. It could be close all the way down. Roos de Jong still, I think, just leading there. We'll see as we go past the progress board. She's maintained that since the end of the island, really. They're both very consistent. The little look across there, it's so much in singles. It really is just the head-to-head and the mind games through this middle. When you're level like that, it's just who can hold their nerve, really, who can hold their relaxation and rhythm.
Well, it's actually so fun, isn't it, when you get alongside another boat and you know their presence there. You're doing absolutely everything you can. You're trying to be as efficient as you can. As I think Roos de Jong there, I think she might have got a little bit ahead, and I think she's just trying to drift off her station, or whether Tina Stiller's just come towards her. But I think the crews should try to separate now, because they don't want to get into any difficulties right here with the umpire or with their steering. And it does look like Roos de Jong has managed to make that move, that she's just got out of sight. She's got that tiny little bit of clear water.
Yeah.
And I think it looks to me actually like it's Tina Stiller who's drifted off her station. She wants to try and get back on there as quickly as she can.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do you any favours to drift into somebody else's water. But I think once the sculler's got clear, it's more likely to happen, because you're obviously not side by side. So in the middle of that, she's just pushed away there, stroke by stroke. Good, solid rhythm.
Yeah, it's been a good move by the sculler from the Netherlands to the right of the shot, as we can see it. And she's managed to break that bit of contact. So it's no longer that side-by-side position it was at the 3/4 mile. You can see in the background. It's now got that bit of clear water. And I think that could be a fairly decisive move. It's an awful lot Tina Stiller's going to need to do on the inside if she's going to come back from that.
This is the most established women's race at Royal Henley, one of 3 open women's events now. This is the oldest one, the first one that was established, so it was quite controversial getting it in. I think they're not down to Henley and the stewards. It took quite a while, mainly because of the international distance for women for a very, very long time was only 1,000 metres, and the regatta just didn't feel they would attract the right level of competition if they put it in any earlier. So the women's distance didn't go out to 2,000 metres at international level until 1988. So I think it was shortly after.
My first year in the team.
Shortly after that, oh well, maybe you influenced it, Greg. Maybe that was, but shortly after that, it was felt that it was they were able to include women at Henley over this distance, and
well, of course,
it's been an established event ever since.
Well, and right across rowing, whether it's at Henley or actually at the Olympic level now, because at the Olympic level, looking for complete parity.
Yeah.
By the time we get to Tokyo, there'll be exactly the same number of events and men and women at the Tokyo Olympics. Still not quite even for Rio, but that will be addressed at Henley. It's fantastic. I think we've already watched the junior women's quads events this morning. Fantastic. What a great competition that is, that within just 3 years to be having such a strong competition, such a great entry, and seeing a good sculling race here, as you say, in the Princess Royal Challenge Cup.
Yeah, and on that, it's interesting. It's something I never really even noticed because I only rowed. I didn't do any other sport, and I just felt it was so equal, even in my time. And then coming out and, you know, running marathons, doing cycle races, and just realising that I was one of very few women, just how lucky I've been, really, to be in the sport, which, although might have got a bit of a late start for women, it has really, really caught up. It's been very well supported and very enthusiastically in participation.
And particularly at the London Olympics, where actually, certainly in the talking from a Great Britain point of view, the women really showed the men how it's done, winning 3 gold medals compared to our 1.
So we have an international race here between Roos de Jong of the Netherlands on the left-hand side of your picture there, and Christina Stiller of Great Britain on the right-hand side of the picture. And Roos de Jong has led all the way from about half a length at the top of the island. She's just increased that steadily, and now I think will just be saving herself for the semi-finals tomorrow, I believe.
The semi-finals tomorrow, yeah. She says she has suppleness and uses light touches, that long stroke she has rather than raw power to move the boat along, and she moves it along very, very efficiently.
So Christina Stiller is a 2-time Henley winner, 2014 and 2015 in the quads, but doesn't look like she's going any further today.
As they pass the traditional progress board, that's the camera shot there. See Roos de Jong pleased with the way she's worked.
Smile on the face.
Yeah, there was that moment halfway through when the crews were really quite close together side by side, and it came down to really toughing it out. But Roos de Jong was able to use her efficiency, use her length, her rhythm, and drive, and take it through to get in front of Christina Stiller and to take that commanding position, which she then never gave up. So there's a win in the Princess Royal for de Jong of the Netherlands ahead of Stiller from Great Britain.